And welcome back to MLG ProScrims' first series of the night, compLexity versus UNiTE Gaming. Well, it started already. Strike Zone Domination, map number 1. You just saw Saints get taken out over near the B flag, and Puckett, he's done eating dinner. He's here live in the studio. You ready to cast some Call of Duty?
I think I am, man. It's been a while. I'm kind of looking forward to this new Ghost casting. And tell me about these two teams, because I know you've been watching quite a bit of these two, and there's a reason they're number 1 and 2 entering our Columbus event.
Well, 1 and 2, they were so dominant, in Black Ops 2, they accumulated a ton of pro points, but compLexity, well, we know them from Black Ops 2, their Search and Destroy, it was pretty weak. You know, it was arguably their worst game type, but them in Call of Duty Ghosts, Search and Destroy, it's looking like one of their best game modes, and UNiTE Gaming, they are just a powerhouse team when it comes to these respawn game types. I mean, you got Killa, you have Saints as well. What more slang could you want? Oh wait, take a look at the other members of the roster. You also have Embos and Ricky, the Search and Destroy All-Stars, rounding out this team.
So talk to me a little bit about Saints, because we saw him at the start of Black Ops 2. Had quite a bit of success there, but then he seemed to be one of those players that was left behind in the second half of the season, not landing on a top 6 team. What's up with Saints at the end of Black Ops 2, and how's he transitioning to this new title?
So the reason being that Saints wasn't on, one of the best teams in the game at the end of Black Ops 2 is because he was on, I forget which team it was. It might have been Vanquish, and they were looking to attend events overseas. And a lot of people don't think that Saints has a passport, but since then he's dispelled the rumors. He can travel overseas now.
This man's got a passport.
Yeah,
pick him up now.
He could travel. He could go overseas. He could go out of the country. But that's the reason why he was, kind of kicked off the roster there. But now he's back, reunited with his team here. But right now, currently in the game, they're down by 5 points. And Puckett, how much of Ghost have you seen so far?
You know, I've been watching as many scrims as I possibly can. I haven't had enough time to get my hands on the controller, just been too busy with the new role here at MLG. But I've been watching quite a bit, especially the 2000 5000 series. I've been tuning in for some of those. And I've actually been watching a lot of Envy streams recently.
Wow, Envy streams? Well, it's, Rambo, he picks up games extremely fast, so not a bad idea to watch that. But Strike Zone Domination, this is one of the smaller maps in Call of Duty Ghost.
Is it the smallest?
I
feel like it is.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's the smallest map, and a lot of teams, they love it. I mean, compared to some of the other maps are quite large, so just changing up the pace here. On Strike Zone, you're going to see a lot of action going down. And I talked to Mr. X quite a lot, and I talked with him about strategy mainly, and we both feel like controlling A and controlling C on this map for domination is the way to go. If you could get your ideal setup, you're pretty much trapping the
death trap
inside the bar, and you can't really get out of there. There are 3 exits, and you got 4 members of the team. So pretty much the 4th guy, he plays safety. He's ready to rotate to either flag to whoever who dies.
So right now, Ricky helps secure A. Now they're pushing B as C is being taken. Do you think UNiTE's just going to give up on that C point and try and lock down the left side of the map?
So the thing with holding A and C, obviously you'd love to lock those 2 down, but you need 1 cycle of kills. You have to get 4 down to implement that setup. And since they're down overall in score, time's starting to wind down, 5-minute sides, it goes rather quickly. As you see on the clock, there's only 80 seconds remaining. So they're just like, okay, we need points. We don't really care about getting that AC control. Let's just hold as many flags as we can and try to take the lead, which they just did.
All right, well, it looks like C was finally picked up there by the compLexity lineup. UNiTE, if you look at the scoreboard, guys, they have just taken the lead, 57-56. And now Saints is going to help lock down this B point. 2-on-1 to close out the game. A fantastic comeback. I think when I first sat down here, they were down by about 10 or 11 seconds.
Yeah, 10 or 11 seconds. And the way the scoring works in Domination, if you're new to this game mode, is you get 1 point per flag every 5 seconds. So if you're holding a 3 cap, you could get 36 points a minute. If you're holding 2, your opponent's holding 1, well, you only finish with a net plus 12 score. But if you hold 2 and neutralize the 3rd, that's where you can start earning some points, as you'll gain plus 24.
Wait, explain that one more time. That was a whole lot of numbers. So if I'm holding just 1 point for the entirety of the game, what am I expected to get?
If you hold 1 flag for 1 minute, you get plus 12 points.
Okay.
If you hold 2, plus 24, 3, plus 36.
Gotcha.
So there's
5
60
minutes.
seconds. 60 seconds in 1 minute.
Yep.
Divide by 5, that's 12, and that's how you get the
and
point.
5 minutes per game. So the maximum score, Revan, here's your math wizard.
Well, if you're holding 3 for the entirety of the game,
5 times 36. What do you got here?
5 times 36, that is 15.
Is it
140, 145?
145, my math is terrible. That's fantastic. This is going to be
am I
my
right?
greatest weakness in Call of Duty Ghosts is trying to do
Sorry,
math.
we'll get you a calculator. You could use your Microsoft Surface at the event, pull something up.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on this at 180.
At 180? Oh, yeah.
5 times 36.
5
5
times
times 30. We're going to
36.
go with 150 on that. 5 times
times-
6 out of 30.
Times 3 is 15. Right? So 1.5. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, all right. Not that dumb, but
We
kind
have
of dumb.
a Microsoft Surface.
Anyway,
Pulled up.
UNiTE, they take the first half. We're going to
It was
switch
actually
sides.
Complexity.
Oh, Complexity
took the first half.
took it.
Yeah, they came back at the end there. They won by a couple of points. I don't remember. It doesn't show it in the final scoreboard. I think they won by maybe 5 or 6.
Good news is producer Ron is always watching. He's going to fill us in with that information.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we're recording as we're streaming this, so we could just end the local recording, get a screenshot of that, and pull it up. We could also get all the statistics from that if we want to start doing stats.
Look at all the ways to get this information.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, well, we're going into spectator mode again. This time, who are we watching?
I want to watch somebody from Complexity, and actually Aches is the player I'm going to go right over to.
I was asking Mr. X about who his powerhouse is in this new title, and he said Aches is the Slayer in this title. And Aches, we saw him using ARs last year with Black Ops 2. We also saw him rocking quite a bit of SMGs, especially the MSMC. What is he going with here in Ghost, and what is his play style in this new title?
So when he first picked up the game, he was using a lot of the Remington, a lot of the SC 2010, but as time has progressed, he switched over to the Vector, which is what he's using now, puts a red dot on it, and quite frankly, he just shreds people all over the map. If you were a fan of competitive play back in Modern Warfare 2, you know how deadly Aches could be in these Infinity War games. You could just slay for days, and now you got Clayster. Clayster is also the most successful Modern Warfare 2 player. He won a ton of money in that game, so you pretty much have a deadly duo between these two players.
I'm back on board with Aches, rather, spotting a player outside. He's going to get some help there as TP is going to be throwing down some weaponry of his own. Does he also run a Vector? What's Complexity's loadouts that you've noticed so far?
So on Strike Zone, since it's more of a close quarter map, one of the smallest as we were talking about, I believe they use 3 Vectors. They have Teep, Krim, and of course Aches, all using the Vector, where Clayster, actually TP, he has the MTAR in his hands right now. Just picked up a Remington, but Clayster, I'm pretty sure, I mean,
Ooh.
I was watching their stream the other day. He said he likes to use a submachine gun, but his teammates were kind of like, no, Clay, use an assault rifle.
Stick with the
that.
AR.
Yeah.
Do what you do best. And it seems that the Remington is the weapon of choice when it comes to the AR right now. Is that because of the damage, or are you now seeing a bit more variety in the first 2 weeks?
So a lot of players are using the Remington because not only is it strong, it doesn't have the fastest fire rates, so that means it's a bit easier to control as opposed to like a weapon like the FAD. But mainly you're going to see the Remington, you're going to see some of the AK-12 and the SC 2010.
Right now, it looks like Clayster is just playing extremely passive. The boys who are going to be jumping on the flags, you can see that's TP in front of him. Unfortunately, Ricky picks up the 2-piece outside. That's going to force Complexity to try and push from within. And you can see they have they're going after that A point for a little bit, but it's been kind of 2 flags for most of this in favor of the UNiTE crew.
Yeah, until you could get that first cycle of kills, which Complexity are doing right now, it looks like there's only 1 player alive. That would be Ricky. As you see, they're going to push for the B flag, as that was their main goal with making this push. They weren't going over to A, as you saw on the mini-map. They're continuing to push inside the bar, and they are able to capture C. And keep in mind, since they won the first side, they're just adding on to their lead right now.
Nice work by Complexity so far. As we are on board with Criminal, he's not going to go very far. Gets cut out mid-air. TP, though, he's going to be working with Clayster. They're not going to get A. Who's doing the damage? It's Ricky again. Is Ricky rocking a Remington in this game? What's his weapon of choice?
It looks like he was using the Remington, but Complexity, when the other team is holding AC like this and you're breaking out towards the A flag, the best course of action is to throw a smoke grenade towards the outside arch. That's going to force Ricky, who is sitting outside, who you just saw Clayster try to pick off. If you throw a smoke grenade there, it forces Ricky out of position. Then he has to push forward. Otherwise, he's just going to be left spraying through the smoke, and more than likely, you're going to capture the flag.
And I actually have seen very few tacticals coming in. Finally, you see Concussion hitting Clayster. And it looks like Bravo being contested. Complexity allowing the score to be tied up, but they got to be careful here. UNiTE could pull away if they get the 2-cap, and they just locked down B.
Yeah, so with a minute 30 seconds, that's 90 seconds. And we all know in a minute, you're going to gain plus 12 points. So they could gain a total of plus 18 here in the closing seconds, which will give them the map win. Teep, big plays by him, takes out Embos on the B flag, has one teammate helping him capture that, so B will get recaptured by compLexity as they're looking to hold AB in the closing seconds of the first map.
All right, you're UNiTE. You're down. You know you must win this round by at least 5 points. Do you go for B or do you go for A in this scenario?
But by the spawns, it looks like they're spawning over near Pro Shop. Since compLexity, they were pushed up inside Kitchen, they were just rotating back to A. So going to A would be the better choice there. But right now, you want to take off your assault rifles. You got to take out the SMGs. You really need to turn up the pace here. And it looks like they will be able to capture the B flag, but it might be too little too late. Only 40 seconds left. That's a chance for 8 scores.
Look at this naughty spot from TP, man. I have never used this in my pub play, and I'm pulling it out tonight. MTAR through the cracks, and as you said, I think compLexity, they've got this one wrapped up, just 30 seconds left. That's a maximum of 6 points that we're going to see UNiTE get. And actually, could UNiTE do this here, Revan?
I have no idea since I don't know the score from the first
Ron, you
side.
forgot to update us.
But now it's a chance, well, it's only a 4-point differential. It was a 6-point lead for compLexity going to the first half, and right now, UNiTE, I think they might tie.
Uh-oh.
It depends what happens on C. If it neutralizes it, it is not neutralized. Up by 6, I think they tie.
UNiTE's got it? No, it's exactly 6 points. Wow.
Well, this is a little awkward.
Now, I've been talking to John Nelson about what we should do with overtime. Has any ruling been official on the 5,000 or 2,000 series?
So for Blitz, if they tie, they only play one side. But
Okay.
for Domination, I believe they have to play the entire map over.
Whole map right now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I total do just one side. Who's our big kill leader? It
Ricky.
looks like Aches dropping 13 and 10, but as you mentioned, Ricky plus 10. Kind of quiet in that first round, coming out swinging the second time around, plus 10. Good game out of that Remington from, what was that? Sports? What do they call that
Pro
building?
Shop?
Pro Shop. I was about to call it the Sports Shop. Doesn't even exist.
I wish there was a defense comm in that scoreboard because that's where Ricky was really shining. He was holding down outside near the ammo crates, locking down the A flag when they had it captured, and compLexity, it was so tough for them to try to take that position. Just a great job done by Ricky, and that's exactly what he did in Black Ops 2 as well. Such a positional player. You put him in a power position on the map, and he locks it down.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to get back into this. 60 seconds on our countdown timer as we head back into strike zone. And it looks like all the players are in.
Yeah, they're on the wrong team, though, so they're just going to switch over.
Wrong team?
Yeah,
all right.
and I want to start this off with compLexity. They're spawning on the more favorable side right now.
All right, let's see what compLexity can do. Crim6 is your man. Can we watch Crim for a little bit?
Okay.
We saw Aches for a while. We watched some Clayster, but I want to see what the criminal's up to. It looks like he's going back to, actually, SMG there or AR? I can't even tell with that scope on.
SMG, he had a Vector in his hands right there.
Vector, okay.
And what compLexity did off the start was a 2-2 split, 2 towards A, 2 towards B. Obviously, the push towards B didn't work out as currently it's controlled by UNiTE. But that's actually kind of a weird push from compLexity. You could tell that they wanted to get flag control early on, but usually what you see on this side when they're spawning, they spawn so close to C. So all you got to do is throw a stun over the bridge, and all of a sudden, UNiTE can't move off spawn.
Teep and Crim picking up kills as they make their move to B, and TP tries to make the push at the wrong time, cut down as Ricky and Embos rather in the kill feed. Crim6 was going for Alpha, or Charlie rather, wasn't able to lock that down. All 3 points contested at the moment. Finally, UNiTE getting one back.
And they're able to neutralize A as well. While you see Clay on your screen, he's going to get B in favor of compLexity. So they're going to have to rotate back. They're able to recapture A. And something important to take note of is when a flag is neutral, it only takes 5 seconds to cap.
I'm looking at the stats there. Aches currently 2 and 4. Not an easy round so far for compLexity. You're going to see the donut for Clayster, which is also really surprising. 0-4, but he did have that one capture in B for just a moment. A still in control of the compLexity boys, but UNiTE now more than 10 points ahead, up 12, and they're going to continue to pull away until compLexity can stop this bleeding.
Yeah, Teep unable to capture C there. That's unfortunate. So UNiTE, they're going to continue to hold more flags than compLexity as TP's on your screen. But I want to go ahead and switch over to the UNiTE guys because clearly they're doing something right, and I want to figure out what it is.
We're hanging out with Saints for the moment. He goes down. Embos' turn. And talk to me about red dot versus no red dot. I've seen very few players going with no red dot, and when they do it, it seems to be mostly on the MTAR.
Yeah, on the MTAR, you can see it sometimes on the Vector, and for assault rifles, mainly only on the Remington. Embos had an AK-12 in his hands right there, And the AK does a lot of damage. I mean, it's a very powerful assault rifle, so you could be a bit more aggressive with it around the map. But long range, the recoil could be a bit tough to handle. And you see it kill it. He's also using the AK-12, I believe.
Killa going prone, sees some shots to his left. Gonna get some help as they're able to pick up the headshot. Down goes Killa though as UNiTE. Seems that whoever we're watching is just getting picked apart here. And what do you think about this position from Ricky protecting B?
I love it. If he's able to pick up a kill, it works out well, but it looks like he only takes out Clayster. B flag was captured, so unfortunate play there from Ricky, as you know, he was in a great position to push up, just pick off at least one player, but he did get one, but just wasn't in time as compLexity, they take over B. Now, something working in UNiTE's favor, of course, is they currently have the lead, so 7 points is the differential right now, and that's going to take 35 seconds for compLexity to tie it up.
So, Revan, let me ask you, how tough has it been casting from this mode, only being able to see one person's perspective at a time? Have you gotten used to it by now?
Yeah, well, it's important to keep in mind Black Ops 2 was the only game with a CODcaster mode in it.
Right.
So all the other games I've casted, it was exactly like this. So
basically, when I got into the COD scene, I walked in to
you were spoiled.
amazingness. Yes. Well, I hope that in the near future, you guys will be very happy with the new product. Killa on your screen at the moment, taking fire once again as it looks like compLexity had 2 down, but make it 3 after that kill from Aches. Can they push in for B? It looks like that's where all the attention is being focused.
Yeah, UNiTE trying to at least capture one flag. As you saw compLexity, they're able to take the lead. There's an update on your scoreboard, and now you see the Slayers for compLexity coming alive. So Clayster, last time we looked at him, he had 0 kills. He was like 0-4, so he's went 6-6 for the time being. Aches stepping it up as well as Crim 6.
Yeah, Aches and Crim going huge. Aches, he's currently +5 with 3 caps. Crim, he's right behind him at 14 kills. And actually, Crim at 14-9-1, so pretty darn solid game out of him. You got Saints on your screen.
Oh!
Saints dealing with somebody. Who got the business right there?
I think that was Aches, so being able to shut him down. Nothing really comes of it as he was cleaned off the A flag. Embo's trying to cap B in the closing seconds of the game. He's taking fire. If you have FMJ on your gun, you could shoot right through that bar, but he was able to neutralize the flag. So right now, they're just going to trade point for point, which I guess will work out for UNiTE as, you know, right now it's only a 14-point lead for compLexity, but it won't grow for the time being.
Now, we don't know the perks that these players are using, but Revan, as it looks like UNiTE is definitely going to take this round. Talk to me a little bit about the perks that are being used most frequently by the pros. 7-second lead, by the way, for UNiTE.
17-second.
17? Lead. Yeah, my math, once again, incredible.
But you're seeing a lot of ready up. That's probably one of the more important perks, especially for some machine gun. That just brings up your gun a bit quicker off sprint, which of course is so important if you're going to be running around the map. Marathon, pretty essential perk, except for strike zone. Since it's so small, you don't really need that infinite sprint.
Okay.
Focus acts like, what was it?
Steady aim?
Not steady aim. Focus reduces the flinch.
Toughness.
Yeah,
Jeez.
toughness. Oh, God. We're in a new game. I forgot. But focus is essentially toughness. That's very important. And dead silence as well.
Dead silence?
Yeah. Your footsteps make a lot of noise in this game.
Kind of a noisy game mode,
yeah,
especially
like
when you're rocking those turtle beaches and you can just crank up that bass. Anyway, going to the second side, do you have a prediction here? Can compLexity mount a 17-second comeback?
Well, compLexity have the lead by 17.
They have.
Yes.
So how do you follow this when the blue and the orange are constantly changing?
You just gotta...
You get used to it?
Yeah.
All right. See, I haven't been casting Call of Duty Ghost, and it's going to break my brain this weekend. But that's why we're grinding right now. We're getting ready. If you guys don't already know, November 22nd to the 24th, MLG Columbus will be live. We go on air at 5 p.m. on Friday.
5 p.m., okay.
And we don't stop until Sunday night when there's a big trophy and a big check going out to somebody. But here we go back into the action on board with UNiTE. And UNiTE is actually down 17 seconds. Let's see what they can do at the start. The answer for Killa is nothing. 2 kills from compLexity, just 1. Make it 3 now from Cole, as UNiTE kind of getting slaughtered at the start.
Yeah, you saw Killa trying to push through Pro Shop, trying to put pressure onto the C flag, but they were just able to capture A, and they lost the B as well. So UNiTE not off to the greatest of starts here, as not only are they down in overall score, within 30 seconds, compLexity already have 2 flags.
compLexity with control. UNiTE, they just have A. And Ricky, he's going to try and work his way over to Embos, who's sitting at C. Embos is going to get on that flag. Ricky's going to get in there, speed that up. And they are going to be able to take C. So
That's
A
all
and
for
C
Den,
control, 4 down. Can they get the B spawn trap? Let's go on board with Embos and see what he's watching. He's got the center door. Does he also have to watch the flank, or is Ricky going to watch that?
To his right, no. Whoever's on the C flag will be watching the B closet. But,
okay.
I mean, that was a huge nade from Kill as well, just picking up essentially 2 free kills. This is going to allow UNiTE to get their proper setup. I don't want Embos being too aggressive over here. Just we'll only watch the doorways. If you push them through the hallway, you have a better chance because they're forced through a bottleneck, right? It's such a narrow doorway, so you'll be able to pick them off. But compLexity, they break out of the spawn trap. They're going to the A flag. Saints does not connect with the grenade, but with his MTAR, only able to find 1.
Unfortunate. Nice push by compLexity, we should add. They sent 1 player back towards C. The other 3 rushed all A. And now you can see A and B control both in favor of compLexity. Embo's trying to take back B.
Yeah, 2 players there for compLexity. Team able to clean up that kill. And once again, UNiTE, they're pushing for the A flag. Saints has to get his cutoff over near the back staircase. It's going to be Ricky defending himself, takes out Krim, and I think they will be to capture A. So once again, they have AC control, but can they execute the setup once again and trap compLexity over near the B flag?
All right, well, I assume you want an SMG watching this kitchen door. Where do you go if you got the AR? I think we're going to see Ricky watching that back alley from C. What do you use to lock down A?
What do you use? You could use an assault rifle or a submachine gun. If you're a sub, you want to be a bit more aggressive over near the wood boxes outside of the bar.
Okay.
But if you have an assault rifle, all you got to do is head glitch the stairs. Or if you're the secondary AR player, well, you're going to be playing safety. More often than not, you're going to be sitting over near the back ammo crates outside. From there, you're in an easy position to rotate to either home flag.
I get my chem strikes from those stairs. I'll camp it all day. Head glitches for days. Embo's trying to clear out C as compLexity was in there to contest for a moment. He's going to get control back and then push up. As you can see on the mini-map, the focus is over at A and kind of towards the middle of the map. Embo's taking fire, though, at C. Has to pick up this kill. Can he stay alive?
You see him pushing up towards the bridge. Finds one top stairs. Big play by Embos. Can he get the second? Knows around the area he's located. That's going to be Aches on top of the bridge. Embos for the challenge will take out Aches, and that's a huge kill. This is going to allow his teammates to push up, try to get that setup going. TP now the last one alive for compLexity. 5-second respawns in. Keep in mind, UNiTE, they were down 17 going into this. Right now they have a 6-point lead, so that lead is down to 11 for compLexity. This is so important that UNiTE are able to hold down at least 2 flags.
A is being contested, though, and 90 seconds left on the clock. They need some big kills, and they need them fast. Saints making his way into B, gets 1, and he's going to be pushing up. Just Ricky down for UNiTE. It was a 3-on-3. Saints going to get 1 more, but he will be stopped inside. Embo's unable to maintain control of A, but Kill is there to back him up. And is that the AK that both players are going for now?
The AK-12, that's a gun that players love the iron sights on, so that allows you to kind of stock up on those attachments, the muzzle brake or FMJ or grip, depending on what you prefer to use. Ricky, once again, has to make his defensive kills on the A. He is unable to. Only a 10-point lead right now for compLexity. UNiTE Gaming, they are still in this.
55 seconds left on the clock. compLexity controlling 2. Big kill there by Saints as he's going to contest A. Shots come down from top stairs, though, by Eggs. Eggs playing some nice defensive plays here at A. And now you're going to see the 2-man stack at the A site as B is also going to see some action. It looked like that was Kill just pushing up, trying to keep them distracted at B. No one at C for the moment. And Revan, I don't know if they can do this. 30 seconds left on the clock. They may have to go for a triple cap.
Either 3 cap or they absolutely have to neutralize it, but they're also losing C in the process. And I think that did it right there. compLexity, after tying the first time they played Strike Zone, they're going to take it, I guess, in overtime for a sense. But there's your final scoreboard.
Can we see TP stats? All I saw was TP locking down B. Okay, just 14 and 12, but I'm sure a lot of those were defense. So solid stuff from the compLexity boys. A whopping in that first round, and then still pretty strong performance in round number 2. Overtime goes to Cole. Is this game number 1 of the series?
Yeah, game number 1, best of 9 series. So, of course, first of 5 take it. compLexity taking an early 1-0 lead. And last time we saw compLexity on ProScrims, they're going up against Fuse, and they took that 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah.
Stomping. Well, they got 1 under their belt. Still need 4. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, it will be game number 2. We go into Search and Destroy or Blitz?
Search and Destroy.
Oh, I'm so excited. Also, we want to point out, Optic Gaming is going to be playing Curse tonight. You can check them out here on MLG.tv. And at the end of the night, think we got some Optic versus the winner of this match. So all kinds of amazing Call of Duty going down. It is the week of MLG Columbus. We'll be back with Game 2, compLexity UNiTE, after this.